Hey everyone, Asher, and we need to head up and read some more of the. We'll be back to deal with this dead Cardassian here in a second, or in a. My computer's the game's lagging a little bit, not a whole lot, but it is lagging a little bit. Patient admitted complaining of extreme nausea and fatigue. Preliminary exams inconclusive. Patient held for overnight observation, during which condition worsened. Patient died at 2,352 hours. Quarantine protocols are put in place on CMO's orders, and a level 8 force field is in use to prevent the spread of unknown, possibly infectious agent. Force field may not be disabled without command level voice authorization. An autopsy of the patient was conducted using a laser scalpel to open the chest cavity. All organs were intact and showed no signs of trauma or infection, which would explain the patient's demise. Cause of death remains undetermined pending further investigation. Patient admitted complaining of pain and inability to concentrate on assigned duties. Patient was treated with a hypercortiline and told to rest. Psychological evaluation was scheduled. Patient returned several hours saying that neither the medication nor rest had helped. Patient was treated with a larger dose of hypercortiline and admitted to sick bay for observation. During this period, the patient fell unconscious and was able to be revived. An autopsy was conducted using a Neuralite probe to obtain a sample of brain tissue. Examination of the neural tissue did not show any signs of infection or trauma that would result in headache or fatality. Cause of death remains undetermined pending further investigation. Patient admitted with severe laceration suffered while working in engineering. The wound was closed using an auto-suture, and the patient was released with instructions to refrain from active duty and to return for another examination in 24 hours. Patient returned as instructed, complaining of a headache, elevated body temperature, and nausea. While the white cell count was elevated, and preliminary analysis showed signs of systematic infection resulting from contamination of wound site. Patient was held in sick bay for treatment and observation. However, the infection spread rapidly, and treatment with standard antibiotics was unsuccessful. A more rigorous treatment regime was formulated, but also proved unsuccessful. Patient's vital function ceased. Cause of death, circulatory system failure from resulting from sepsis. The patient's body has been prepared for transport back to Cardassia Prime. Now, where is that Cardassian by the deal? Right, investigate the dead Cardassian. Sir, this Cardassian looks to have died from the same cause as the Cardassian we examined in the mess hall. We need to find a medkit to know more about what happened to them. And there's one right there. Now, I think we need to use the Neuralite probe to get some sample of their brain tissue. It's like the end of Ghostbusters when Egon said they wanted a sample of Louis Tully's brain tissue. So we need to use this. A Neuralite probe is a device that makes use of stabilized biological enzymes to cleave tissue samples from the brain or nervous system. The use of natural enzymes significantly lowers the trauma experienced by patient and minimizes the amount of time necessary to recover from the procedure. We need this. Captain, that tool should give us a better insight into the cause of death for the Cardassians in the mess hall. If we can use the Neuralite probe to obtain a sample of one of the Cardassians' brain tissue, we may be able to determine a cause of death. And yeah, investigate the dead Cardassian again. The Neuralite probe has determined that this individual died from a radical decrease in neural energy. It's almost as if he was drained by an outside source. All of the brain's activity came to a complete stop as its energy was depleted. Sir, there's a great deal of interference being picked up by the tricorder, most likely the result of an energy residue from whatever was used to do this to the Cardassian. Perhaps we can track it down by following the energy trail. There is a science lab across the hall from the medbay. It should have access to the ship's internal sensors. Right, we need to head to this science lab. Alright, conduct energy scans. Please define parameters for scan query. Now, I'm not going to waste all your time with this, but the last one here, triolic waves, is the one that you need to choose. Triolic waves are the result of a process called selective molecular polarization, in which a substance is modified at a fundamental level to convert matter to energy. Triolic energy is not used by any known species because they are known to cause deterioration of living tissue. So we are going to scan for triolic waves. I am picking up a large concentration of triolic waves centered around the ship's bridge, Captain. Triolic waves are harmful to humanoids. We will not be able to be in the area for long, and the Cardassians would be subject to the deleterious effects as well. They would not knowingly use triolic energy. I suggest we take a closer look. Whatever is causing the triolic waves probably is responsible for the death of the Cardassians in the mess hall. So, we need to head towards the bridge. Whoa, 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 there was a thing there. That was weird. Captain, it's headed for the bridge. Alright, this should lead us to the bridge. However, I have done this mission before with my main Federation character, and it takes a while. So I am going to end the video here, and when we come back, we will probably finish this later.